Welcome back to the next module of this Python course. I hope you are learning very good. And today's lesson is about functions and error handling. And our goal today is to understand function and why they are useful, how to define and call the functions, work with function arguments and return values, also learn about args and kwargs, and also learn about built-in function, Lambda function, and the error handling using try and except. So let's learn about defining and calling function. Function are reusable blocks of code that perform a specific task. For example, syntax: we write the function name, we define it using def keyword, then the function name, and then a parenthesis and a colon, and then we write the code inside the function. Let's run this. Now let's call this function, right? Sorry, it's function name hello world. For another example, greet: hello, welcome to Python. Now let's call this one also, hello, welcome to Python. Let's make a function of our own. Let's copy this, print mini challenge, name favorite programming language. Okay, my name is Vivek and my language is Python. Done. Now, function arguments and return values. Functions can accept arguments to work with different inputs. The return statement is used to send back a value. From a function's perspective, a parameter is the variable listed inside the parenthesis of a function, and argument is the value that is being sent to the function when it is called. Let's understand here. See, a and b are the parameters, and when we pass on the 5 and 3 to the a and b, 5 and 3 are the arguments. So we can create number of arguments here, and yes, a and b, it returns the value 8, it stores the 8 into the results variable, and then it prints the result as sum is equals to 8. Now let's make the same. Here we are making product, so let's call it a product. Okay, and 15, right? Done. Arbitrary arguments. There are times when we do not know how many arguments we have to pass into the functions. So we can create an arbitrary argument such as args by adding a star before a parameter. For example, and the function will receive a tuple of arguments, and we can use that tuple and access those arguments in the form of tuples. So let's start here. Def my function star num, the solid number is. So when we give a function 1, 2, 3, and we can add more also. It just takes it as a tuple and print. Let's print the tuple first element by using num0, and the smallest number is 1. Now coming to keywords arguments, kwargs. So in keyword arguments in Python allows us to pass values to a function using parameter names. This makes the function calls more readable and flexible. Basically, we are using key and value pairs. Name Alice, age 25. These are key and values. Now, the benefit of this is it is more readable and more flexible because we can interchange the sequence of it. and that won't affect the output. Let's run this. See, both having the similar output. We have changed the sequence, but the output is similar. So the key takeaways are improved readability and the order of arguments doesn't matter. Coming to keyword argument dictionary. Basically, it's an arbitrary keyword arguments. So star kwargs allows passing multiple keyword arguments as a dictionary. Their arguments are in tuple. Here the arguments are in dictionary. So we have to keep that in mind while using it in our program. Okay, for example, we are adding number of arguments such as name, age, country, gender equals to male. Now see, it has taken the chaos. We have to use double star here. If we remember it, we use double star, and for key and value in kwargs.item. So see, the item function allows us to take elements of the dictionary. The key and value pairs are the elements from the dictionary, and we can print it as key and values like this. So the key takeaway are multiple keyword argument as dictionary useful when the number of argument is unknown. When we do not know the number of argument, it is very useful. Now we have to create the students data. Let's copy this one only. So it's faster, Name, age. Let's make this branch. CS, gender male, female. Now let's print it. Yeah, done. Now built-in function and lambda function. There are many built-in functions in Python such as length, sum, max. Length is used to find the length of the string or length of the argument, length of the list. Sum is used for the summation. Max is used for the maximum value of it. Are already available in Python. Lambda functions are small anonymous function. Lambda is very useful function. They are small, they are anonymous. They are used when we just have to do the function over and again. Just like here, we have to find the square of 4. So we have used arbitrary anonymous function, lambda function here, such as x colon x to the power 2. So the syntax is lambda, then we have to use a variable, then we have to use the function, what it does, or the code block. Let's run this. Answer is 16. Yes. Write a lambda function to find the maximum of the two numbers. Okay, let's see. Let's do that. Maximum 4, 7. Let's a, b. A, if a is greater than b, else b. Right? So maximum is 7. If a is greater than b, else b. Right? So 7 is a is not greater than b, so else b. That means 7. Now recursion in Python. Recursion is when a function calls itself to solve a smaller instance of the same problem. Every recursion function must have base case to stop the recursion and the recursive case to call the function again with modified input. Basically, what we are doing here is we are calling the function in the same function itself for the smaller instance of the same problem. Basically, we are decreasing the value or changing the values as per the requirement of the logic, and we are calling the function in the function itself. See, we have to find the factorial of n. We know that factorial of 5 is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So we are subtracting 1 from each iteration and multiplying it with the current iteration, right? So let's do the factorial of 5. 5 comes here. If n is equal to 0, no it's not. So 5 into factorial of 4. Again 4 comes here. 4 is not 0, then 4 into factorial of 3. This goes on since till it becomes like this: 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, and this gives us answer 120. Key takeaways are: recursion simplifies problem that can be broken into smaller sub-problems. Each recursive call creates a new function call in memory. It's like a stack. It creates on it and then goes back up. Always define a base case to prevent infinite recursion. If there wasn't a base case, this would have gone to the negatives and it wouldn't have stopped, and the program would have shown infinity error. Write a recursive function sum of digits that returns the sum of the digits of a number. How do we do that? Let's copy this only syntax. It's easier that way. Okay, sum of digits, right? Sum of digits. Sum of digits. N 1 5 6. Okay, now let us do it. N modulus 10 N not 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 6 17. Let's change this to 416 11. Done. Now error handling using try and accept block. So explanation is that errors can crash a program, so we can use a try and accept to handle them gracefully. Basically it just gives you a extra input, extra feedback that where you have done the error or what is the error value that you have done. See here, we have taken the input, we have printed the input number, but if it isn't a number, then it will show it's not a number. For example, let's write V here. It's not a number, so it says invalid input, please enter the number. Let's create our own. Okay, num1 num2 result is equals to num1 when num2. Or else accept 0 division error, train error cannot divide it by 0. So now let's write the number 5, then 0. Error, cannot divide it by 0. Done. Coming to module 4 quiz. What is a function in Python? It's a block of reusable code. What is a keyword in is used to define a function? Def. What will this function return? It will multiply the two numbers. 12. What does the try and except block do? Handle errors. How do you write a lambda function to add two numbers? I've told you lambda, then the parameters, then the coder block. Okay. I have made a quiz for you guys similar to the last one, where this is the questions with omitted parts and you have to write it, and the whole answers are here and you can score yourself. So let me know if it helps you or not. Now coming back to the module 4 summary. Function helps write reusable and organized codes. Functions can take arguments and return values, kwargs and args. Also, lambda function provides shorter way to define a simple function. And error handling using try and except prevent crashes. Sometimes it crashes the code, so we can use try and except to prevent it from happening. Now for the module 5, next module 5, we'll be working with data structure in the next module. We'll explore the list, tuples, dictionaries, and sets to manage data efficiently. We'll learn more about the list and tuples. So stay tuned and do work hard, do complete the quiz and come back for the module 5. This is Vivek signing off. Thank you so much for watching, and do like and subscribe the channel and share and comment down your thoughts and your views about this lecture, and should I do more of this kind of videos. Thank you so much for watching.